Welcome back. Thinking about a metal standing seam roof? Well, from materials and installation to warranties and contractor experience, knowing what matters makes all the difference. Joining us live is Kevin LaMarco, owner of KP LaMarco Exteriors, to share his expert insight. Kevin, happy to have you back.
It's good to be back, Natasha. How are you?
I'm doing great. So these metal standing seam roofs, you say they're popular. A lot of people like them, but there's a lot to know.
There is a lot to know. And, a lot of times that we do these roofs, they're more accent roofs, like your porch roof or dormers or entry roofs or even roof above your garage, So it creates a little bit more character in the home. But they're excellent options, whether you're going to do a whole home or just the accent.
They are nice looking, and you say up north it's good for snow.
It's always been, a northern roof, because it gets the snow off the roof faster than it does on any other product out there. But they're becoming more and more popular in Connecticut and southern New England.
Well, we like something that's functional and looks good.
Yes.
But as always, it really matters who you choose to do the job. We have a contractor checklist that you gave us here, things we should be looking out for.
Yeah, so not everybody's equipped to be able to do a metal roof. Standing seam is a little bit more, professionally done. You have to be experienced and educated in the process and understand whether, this particular product, whether it's aluminum, lead-coated copper, or even steel is going to be appropriate at your location.
So materials, obviously a big thing that your contractor needs to understand, but also underlayment, roof assembly.
Sure. So no, you can't typically put this roof on like you're putting on asphalt or any other product that's out there. The underlayment is incredibly important because it really is, it's a lot hotter than most roofs, even though the underlayment is going to be able to have that reflectivity and the heat resistance. So that's a big portion of understanding how to put these roofs on. Now,
some other questions people should be asking, when interviewing contractors, choosing someone for the job, installation details and weatherproofing, durability purposes as well.
Absolutely. So when KP LaMarco does a metal roof, we have a QC department that comes out. So whatever manufacturer we're using, and we also have the tools and equipment to fabricate our own metal roofs, but whether it's our QC team, our quality control team, or another quality control team from the manufacturer, it's always good to have them to be able to do that checklist so you can get the full warranty of your roof.
Yeah, that's very important. And speaking of warranties and certifications are something you want to ask about.
Certifications, you always want to ask the contractor you're dealing with, well, how many roofs have you done? Are you certified with the manufacturer? Are you certified with any manufacturer? So all those things to ask your contractor is going to be able to ensure that you're going to get a good job and a successful project.
And don't be afraid to ask for cost or at least an estimate, right?
Oh yeah, no, there's a completely different cost when it comes to metal roofing.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're buying, you're going to understand that pretty quickly. And just don't be afraid to ask your contractor anything, and especially cost is going to be a major concern when you take on these projects.
Sure, and of course you want to consider a contractor's experience.
Absolutely. So, we've been doing metal roofing for the last 18 years. But, a lot of guys want to get into it. Nothing wrong with that. We welcome anybody to be able to do it. But as long as they understand the specifications behind the manufacturing installation procedures, and then, understanding what it takes to put this on to make sure it's watertight.
Sure, these are great things to ask because a lot of people maybe haven't done this before. It's a big project, it's a lot of money.
It's a little different compared to your asphalt or even maybe cedar. So, we feel that every time we approach these projects, we want to educate the buyer as much as possible to make an educated buying decision.
And if people do want to get started with you and start the process, where do they begin?
You can call us at 203-415-6773, or you can reach us online at kplamarco.com.
Wonderful. Kevin, as always, thanks so much.
Thank you.
If you guys would like to learn more, kplamarco.com. We'll also have all the details for you over on WTNH.com. We will